The Curator's Enigma. The walls of the Everwood Museum were thick with history, each artifact a silent witness to bygone eras. Nestled in a quiet corner of the city, the museum was a treasure trove of relics and stories, where time seemed to stand still. Its curator, Eliza Montgomery, was as much a part of the museum as the ancient artifacts she meticulously cared for. Eliza, a woman in her early 40s with a keen eye and an insatiable curiosity, had dedicated her life preserving the past. Her passion for history was evident in the way she handled each exhibit, her hands reverent as they traced the contours of forgotten artifacts. But the museum held more than just history, it held a mystery that had eluded her for years. In the deepest recesses of the museum's archives was an old, weathered chest known as the Curator's Enigma. It had been part of the museum's collection for as long as anyone could remember, yet no one knew its origin or what lay inside. The chest was locked tight, and all attempts to open it had failed. Theories abounded, from hidden treasures to ancient curses, but Eliza knew it was something far more intriguing. One rainy afternoon, while cataloging a new collection of artifacts, Eliza received an unexpected visitor. Dr. Sebastian Clark, a renowned historian with a reputation for solving the unsolvable, had come to Everwood. Tall and imposing, with a piercing gaze that seemed to see right through her, Dr. Clark was a man of few words but many secrets. "Ms. Montgomery," he said, his voice a deep baritone. "I've heard about your curator's enigma. May I see it?" Eliza hesitated. Her protective instincts kicked in. The chest was her puzzle to solve, her white whale. But something in Dr. Clark's eyes compelled her to trust him. She led him to the archives, where the chest sat, its surface covered in intricate carvings that seemed to shift and change in the flickering light. Dr. Clark examined the chest with a practiced eye, his fingers tracing the carvings. "This is no ordinary chest," he murmured. "It's a cipher, a puzzle that requires both intellect and intuition to unlock." Eliza watched as he worked, a mix of skepticism and hope brewing within her. Dr. Clark produced a small notebook and began to decode the carvings, his mind working at a pace she could barely follow. Hours passed, and the rain outside intensified, the rhythmic pattern creating a tense soundtrack to their endeavor. Finally, as the clock struck midnight, there was a soft click. Dr. Clark stepped back, his face a mask of triumph and exhaustion. "Ms. Montgomery, the honor is yours." With trembling hands, Eliza opened the chest. Inside, instead of the treasures or artifacts she had imagined, lay a collection of letters, each one carefully preserved. She picked up the first letter, her eyes scanning the faded ink. "Dear future curator, if you are reading this, then you have unlocked the secrets of this chest. I am Evelyn Hart, the first curator of Everwood Museum. These letters contain the untold stories of the artifacts within our walls, stories that were deemed too dangerous or controversial to share with the public." Eliza's heart raced as she read on, the letters revealing a hidden history of the museum, filled with tales of love, betrayal, and intrigue. Each artifact had a story that had been buried under layers of time and discretion. Dr. Clark watched her, a knowing smile on his lips. "You see, Ms. Montgomery, history is not just about the past. It's about the stories we choose to remember and those we choose to forget." Over the following weeks, Eliza and Dr. Clark delved into the letters, uncovering the hidden narratives of the museum's collection. The curator's enigma became a guide, leading them to new discoveries and deeper understandings. They re-examined artifacts, now with a new perspective, piecing together a tapestry of forgotten truths. One story, in particular, captured Eliza's imagination. It was about a young woman named Isabella, an artist whose works were scattered throughout the museum. Her life had been shrouded in mystery, her art reflected her tumultuous journey. The letters revealed Isabella's struggles, her passion, and ultimately, her tragic end. Moved by Isabella's story, Eliza decided to curate a special exhibition dedicated to her life and art. The exhibition drew visitors from far and wide, each one captivated by the tale of the forgotten artist. It was a resounding success, breathing new life into the museum and its exhibits. As the exhibition concluded, Eliza stood in the main hall, surrounded by Isabella's paintings. Dr. Clark approached her. "You've done something remarkable here, Ms. Montgomery," he said. "You've given voice to those who were silenced by history." Eliza nodded, her eyes shining with gratitude. "And I couldn't have done it without you, Dr. Clark. Thank you for helping me unlock the past. With the curator's enigma finally solved, Eliza felt a profound sense of fulfillment. The museum was no longer just a repository of relics. It was a living, breathing chronicle of human experience. And as long as she was the curator, Eliza knew she would continue to uncover and share the hidden stories that lay within its walls. The rain had stopped, and the first light of dawn filtered through the museum's windows, casting a warm glow over the exhibits. Eliza took a deep breath, ready to embrace the new day and the countless mysteries it might bring.